What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan and I'm B-Man X45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have our next deck profile for the BT15 format. This is our updated Melga or MetalGarurumon deck. We've changed things up from the EX5 version. It's become more blue based than it was before. And this is probably the deck that I'm thinking about running tomorrow on February 25th for the first Ultimate Cup of the season. The deck has a lot of power. It's going to get hit March 1st, so we probably will do an updated version of this. But right now, I still have full power in terms of the really good cards. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to try and see what we can do with that. And, we'll see what you guys think. Let us know. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's see what we got. We are playing 4 Bukamon. He is your jamming egg. As long as you have a bigger stack than your opponent, it makes it so that you can swing with your level 5s and be super confident. He is going to 1 on March 1st. I've seen a lot of people, what they're doing, and I think agree with it, is they're going to be going down to 1 of this and running 2 Sunamons so that you see it a lot sooner in your games. Because honestly, in Melga, if you get past your 3rd egg, you're probably not winning the game, but you never know. We have 4 copies of the new Gabumon from BT15. He has inheritable when attacking once per turn draw, and then he has start of your main phase, one of your Digimon gains blocker until the end of your opponent's turn, which is really good. And then if you have a Tamer with Mat Ashita in its name, draw 1. So, really good draw power. And he Digivolves from Sunamon for 0, but that's fine because he Digivolves from any egg for 0. Next, we play Gabumon X-Antibody. This is another card that's going to 1. Probably going to be swapping it out for 3 of the original BT9 X-Antibody. And then on play, when Digivolving, if you have, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add 2 cards with Garurumon and X-Antibody in their names. So you can add X-Antibody. You can add a card with X-Antibody in its name. So you can add Gabumon X-Antibody and any Garurumon piece you want. And then you have to trash 1 card in your hand. Place the rest on the bottom of the deck. If you added cards, trash 1 card in your hand. He has inheritable all turns once per turn. When this Digimon with Garurumon or Omnimon in its name would be deleted in battle by returning 2 non-Digi Egg cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck. Prevent that deletion. So really good once per turn. And it's why you use the trash a lot, because you don't care, because you can put them back on the bottom of the deck. Play 2 the BT5 Searcher Gabumon, reveal 3, add a Garurumon and an Omnimon. And then place the rest on the bottom. And we play 2 of the Gabumon from EX1 that has the inheritable when attacking. He'll add a Gabumon card, reveal top 3, and add a Gabumon card or a Tamer card to your hand, which is really good because it adds your mats to your hands. Combos really well with another piece we have in here. I find that 2 and 2 are just really great because I do like this guy as first turn to put in your, if you don't have the draw Gabumon or a mat, put him in the stack. Whereas you want to play this guy and you want to play these on the field or play them once you've moved your thing up to the field. So I do like 2 of this. I find that's really good, but I also do like the search potential. So I do like them at 2 and 2, and that's 12 level 3s. On to the level 4s, we have 2 copies of Garurumon, Promo Garurumon, inheritable when attacking, draw 1, not once per turn, really broken. I know a lot of people play 4 of those, but I'm just trying something different here because I'm also running 2 of the Garurumon from BT15. He also has when attacking inheritable, draw 1, but it is only once per turn. But he has when Digivolving, and he Digivolves from a Gabumon for 2. I don't know why they do that. I guess because so you can Digivolve from a purple Gabumon, but yeah. When Digivolving, you have a Tamer with Mat Ashita in its name, draw 1, and if you don't have a Tamer with Mat Ashita in its name, you may play 1 Tamer card with Mat in its name from your hand for the play cost reduced by 3. So it's reduced by 3. It's not a 3 or lower cost, so you can play a 4 cost Memory Tamer Mat for 1, which is really good. So early game, this is really good, which is why we only play 2. We only play 2 because early game you want to see this, and then later game you want to see this. So and then last thing we play is we play 2 Garurumon from EX1, that allows you to play 1 Matashita with a play cost of 3 or less from your hand without paying the memory cost. So this is really good because you can get those mats in your hand. This guy might be useless. You can play them for free when you attack. So I do like that, and that's why I did the 2-2-2 ratio. If I decide to cut this, I would probably play 4 of the promo, just because this is, like I said, only good early game, but I really do like that right now. And then we're playing 4 Garurumon X-Antibody from EX5, the other card that's going to go to 1. So when Digimon draw 2, and then you trash 2 cards in your hand. If Garurumon or X-Antibody is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, gain 1 memory. Digivolves for 0 on a Garurumon 3, so you really don't want to have to play him on anything but a Garurumon. And then he has the same inheritable to protect from deletion as the Gabumon. So really good, but going to 1, and again, probably going to be playing 3 of the Garurumon X-Antibody from BT9 and replacement. That's it for our 10 level 4s. Play 3 Garurumon X-Antibody, the only card that's not getting hit out of the EX. It seems like the only one that's not getting hit out of the EX5 line. He digivolves for a cost of 1, so he doesn't digivolve for free on a Garurumon. And by trashing 2 cards in your hand, unsuspend this Digimon. Then, if Garurumon or X-Antibody is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, you may return 1 Digimon card with Garurumon or X-Antibody in its name from your trash to your hand. So you can add one of the cards you ditched. So if you don't want to have to, like, ditch a certain card in your hand, or you don't want to ditch a bunch of cards in your hand, you can ditch a card that you can add back. So you're only then trashing 1, really. And then when attacking once per turn, inheritable if this Digimon has Garurumon or Omnimon in its name, by trashing 1 card in your hand, unsuspend this Digimon. So you can unsuspend, so that's really strong. So really good. And you have so much draw ability that you don't even mind trashing cards in your hand. Then you have the ST16 Garurumon. When attacking once per turn by trashing 1 card in your hand, unsuspend this Digimon. He digivolves for 3 from a level 4th Garurumon in its name, so he can digivolve from a blue Garurumon like Garurumon X-Antibody, so it won't hurt the deck when you have to make that switch. So he does unsuspend once per turn, kind of like the promo guy, but then he is inheritable when attacking once per turn by trashing 1 card in your hand. Delete 1 of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. Doesn't always come up, but if you need to clear some cards off the board to make it harder for your opponent to respond on their turn, it is a good ability. Then we play 1 of the promo Garurumon. Same thing. When attacking, if he has Garurumon in his Digivolution cards, you're always going to have it. Unsuspend this Digimon, so it's really good. And then inheritable while you have 8 or more cards in your hand. This Digimon gains Sec +1. Seems like with the trashing, you might not have 8 cards in hand, but you draw so much in this deck that it actually comes up a lot. So that's really good. Then we play 1 Garurumon Ace. I did cut... I think I originally cut the 3rd one of this, but I had to cut a 4th X-Antibody just because the space is so tight in this deck. So the Garurumon Ace is a hand trap. It does the Blast Digivolution, and it's on play when digivolving, draw 1. Then if you have 5 or more cards in your hand, trash 1 card in your hand, and then all turns once per turn. When one of your Digimon effects adds cards to your hand, so his own effect, one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers can't suspend until the end of the turn, which is really good because you can stop them from activating effects by suspending or attacking over this guy. So really good. You do have the Overflow 3. I thought one of it was warranted, especially because if you draw nothing but high-end monsters, you can at least play this for 4 and draw potentially into your pieces. So I do like it at 1. I think it's a good idea. If I decide to cut it, I would probably just put back the 3rd one of this. Yeah, I wish I could put back an Garurumon X-Antibody, but space is just too tight. So I only have room for the 7 level 4 or level 5s. And then onto our megas, we play 2 MetalGarurumon from the new BT15 set. He's digivolves for a cost of 4, card any level 5 with Garurumon in its name. He also has the ability, same as Greymon from the last set, that if your opponent has a Digimon with 10,000 DP or more, you can warp Digivolve from a Gabumon for a cost of 4, ignoring the Digivolution requirements. He gets Evade all turns. He has Evade, and then when Digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon and Tamers can't unsuspend until the end of their turn. So again, really good. It's 3 of your opponent's Digimon. So they can't suspend, so you can't gain memory from Tamer abilities. You can't do crazy shenanigans with suspending and activating effects. Really, really good. Stun card. All turns once per turn. When this Digimon becomes suspended, unsuspend it. So you can attack twice. You can potentially evade twice on your opponent's turn, which is just nuts. A really good card, and that's why we only play 1 of this, because I just like to focus on this more. It has more potential, whereas this is good in setting up your opponent. If they're trying to chip away at you and you get up to your level 5 and you have this in hand, you can blast Digivolve and end their turn prematurely and potentially go into your turn and do some massive damage. So I do like this, but I like this better, so I think 1 of that's necessary, only is all that's necessary. We have 2 MetalGarurumon X-Antibody from BT9, so you can unsuspend, gain blocker, and then when this Digimon becomes unsuspended, if MetalGarurumon or X-Antibody has Digivolution cards, your opponent, one of your opponent's Digimon, return all of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level to the owner's hands. So you can bounce. So it's really good. I think he's better, but we do play 1 of this because this is still really good. The MetalGarurumon X from EX5. Again, he's got blocker when Digivolving. If you have the MetalGarurumon or X-Antibody and the Digivolution cards, all your opponent's Digimon gain when attacking lose 4 memory. That's huge, 4 memory. And then when attacking, by returning 1 Digimon card from your trash to the bottom of your deck, you may delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the same level. That is a pretty good effect. This is less of a stun. I feel like, well, it is a stun, but your opponent can find ways to get around when attacking, lose 4 memory, whereas this puts stuff back in their hand, which destroys their stack. So that I find is a little bit better. Plus, he does unsuspend on Digivolution, whereas he doesn't. So if you've attacked with your level 5s a bunch, or you're attacked with your Melga a bunch, you can then unsuspend, at least he's safe, and you have your live blocker, whereas he doesn't necessarily unsuspend. So I do find those better. And then, of course, we have Omnimon Blitz and Omnimon X-Antibody for game. You got to have that combo. It's just a must in any like Melga or War Grey deck, because it just means the difference between game and not game. Lastly, we get into our Tamers. We play 1 Memory Tamer Matt from ST16. I wanted to play this because I feel like having at least 1 memory tamer is good, because having the ability to have 3 and then go to 4 with your memory gain abilities is just super important, especially with playing that 4-cost Melga. It's not like War Grey where he blitz attacks and then you can gain memory from a lot of different effects. So I do think this is important, having that. And then it really works good with all the EX5 cards, because when one of your effects trashes a card in your hand, by suspending this tamer, gain a memory. So you can still gain memory off of him by those trash effects. And then we play 4 of the new Memory Tamer, BT15 Mat, which is on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 Gabumon or Garurumon in its name among them to your hand, and return the rest to the bottom of the deck. And then one of your opponents, your turn, when one of your Digimon's effects adds cards to your hand, by suspending this tamer, gain 1 memory. So that could be searching, that could be drawing, but it has to be a Digimon effect, not like Digivolution, or not a tamer effect. I thought it was a tamer effect, so I thought he could proc his own ability on play, but he can't, because it's got to be one of your Digimon effects to gain that memory. But still really great. You need this card because it helps you gain memory to go into your bigger plays and to go into your MetalGarurumon. So that's really good. And then lastly, we have X-Antibody, 2 copies of X-Antibody, 1 copy of Protoform. Protoform reduces the Digivolution cost by 1, so you can go into your level 5 that costs 1 for 0 and potentially maintain turn. I haven't used this as much just because this is so good, the when attacking portion of it, but this is still really good, and I recommend at least 2 in 1. And then we have 4 copies of Mental Training to decrease that Digivolution and get you your pieces. I don't like, with the Tamers and stuff we're playing in this deck, I don't like Memory Boost, especially when we got a lot of memory gain from these guys, so we want to see these guys in our hand. And then lastly, we play 1 Wolf of Friendship. I was playing 2, but I dropped this for a 4th mat, because you really do need 4 mat, and I didn't want to drop the memory tamer. This is really good because you only really need 1. You draw a lot, so you only really need 1 in the game. It lets you basically do the same thing as your Melga does, but if you have a tamer with mana sheet in its name, you may play it ignoring its color requirements by placing 1 Garurumon or Were-Garurumon from your trash and 1 Gabumon. In one of your Gabumon's bottom Digivolution cards, that Digimon may Digivolve into a Melga in your hand, ignoring the Digivolution requirements. So it basically is just like the Melga Warp Digivolve, but it gets you a Garurumon and a Were-Garurumon, like this guy that you only have 1 of, from your trash into your Digivolution sources. And then in security, you may play 1 Gabumon and then add this card to your hand. So this is your last security card. This is really good because it plays you Gabumon, so you don't mind trashing Gabumons. So you have a Gabumon for the next turn. And then you can just use this to go into the Melga, add sources. And if you have that draw Gabumon, a memory tamer mat, and a regular mat, you can do it because you can get 4 memory at the start of your turn, no problem. So I do like this because this is a comeback card, and I really think it helps speed up the deck. That is the deck profile, guys. That is our Melga deck. This is probably what we're going to be running tomorrow, so tell me what you guys think. You guys think this is a good deck? Do you think I could make changes? Do you think I should be running an Ice Wall or a Sorai instead of this? I just feel like if you're going to run, like this is such an aggressive deck that I think Ice Wall doesn't really, save you necessarily in this deck. And Sorai, I would rather run multiple copies than 1. So let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think I could do better? If you think I need to make different changes in the next format, just let me know what's going on. And I think looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. And as always, have a wonderful day, and that's all for now, folks.